LeBron James. This could be his second to last season, and he's still got enough left to grab an All-NBA spot. It's likely the second team, but he might sneak onto first or be the first guy on third. He can put up around 24 points, 8 boards, and 8 assists, while keeping things super efficient. That's wild considering the mileage. The Lakers, they should be a top 6 seed, unless things go sideways, in which case they'd probably land in the play-in. Either way, LeBron's still the engine that keeps them going. He can't carry like before, but he doesn't need to. As long as he's healthy, that leadership keeps the Lakers right in the mix. Kevin Durant. Now with Houston, he's stepping in as the top scorer on a team ready to compete. He can still drop around 26 or 27 a night, hitting those deep shots at a crazy clip near 43%. Even with fewer touches, he stays the number 1 option. He's 37, but that jumper doesn't age. If he plays at least 65 games, in all NBA spots within reach, he can keep grabbing 6 rebounds, tossing 4 assists, and being solid on defense. That 7-team trade shook everything, and Houston's no longer rebuilding. With Durant leading and the roster around him clicking, they could be fighting for the top in the West. Steph Curry. He's 37, and this season feels like the last big run for that Golden State core. He's still the main offensive spark, and he can keep giving around 24 or 25 points, 6 assists, and 4 to 5 boards each night. That efficiency stays ridiculous, with his free throws hovering above 93% and threes landing near 40%. If he stays healthy for 70 or more games, he can push for another All-NBA. The real question isn't his shooting, it's how much the team around him helps. With veterans like Draymond and Butler, Golden State's chasing one last chance at a championship window. Shea, coming off a season where he took MVP, Finals MVP, and the scoring title, he's got the spotlight on him again. He can keep putting up around 30 to 33 points a night, shooting over 50% from the field and close to 90% at the line. At 27, turning 28, he's right in his prime. With the Thunder loaded with depth, Shea can absolutely stay in the MVP mix while leading another title push. Don't be surprised if he goes back-to-back in either category. By the way, if you guys want to subscribe, I'm going to be posting every day. Thanks. Anyways, Luka. After that blockbuster move to Los Angeles, he's set up as the clear engine of the Lakers offense. He just signed a massive extension, slimmed down in the offseason, and even had experts throwing his name in early MVP talk. Last year, across Dallas and LA, he put up about 28 points, 8 rebounds, and nearly 8 assists a night, shooting 45%. In the playoffs, those numbers climbed even higher, with Marcus Smart and DeAndre Ayton around him. The roster's built to amplify his strength. He can realistically give 28 to 30 points, 8 boards, and 7 to 8 assists, while leading a Lakers team attempting to chase a championship. Nikola Jokic. After averaging nearly 30 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists last year, he's firmly in that rare air where a triple-double isn't even surprising anymore. Realistically, he can easily repeat or improve while shooting well over 55%. His three-point touch sits near 38%, and his free throws hover around 80. Even if Denver manages his minutes more, he's still the focal point of everything. The Nuggets title hopes ride on him, and he's right back in the MVP and All-NBA first-team mix, with another historic season well within reach. Giannis. He's coming off a season where he put up over 30 points, nearly 12 rebounds, and around 6.5 assists on an insane 60% from the field. In the playoffs, that jumped to 33 and 15, proving again he raises his game when it mattered. He even delivered a wild 35, 17, and 20 game, stuff nobody's ever seen before. Heading into this year, he can realistically give around 30 to 31 points, 12 boards, and 6 to 7 assists nightly. His field goal percentage should stay near 60. The big question isn't his production, it's Milwaukee's direction. With roster uncertainty, his MVP case hinges on team success. Cooper Flagg. At just 18, he's already carrying the hype of being the #1 overall pick for Dallas. He dominated high school, reclassified early, and went to Duke, where he averaged nearly 20 points, over 7 rebounds, and more than 4 assists, while sweeping every major award you can think of. Then he jumped to the NBA draft and became the Mavericks' top pick, stepping into a roster searching for its new face after Luka's exit. He's got that rare mix of elite defensive instincts, shot blocking, and playmaking that scouts rave about. With endorsements locked in and NBA stars already respecting his game, the spotlight on his rookie year is massive. He is likely to walk away with Rookie of the Year. Victor Wembanyama. After missing time with that blood clot scare, he's now fully cleared and ready to roll heading into this season. Last year, across 46 games, he averaged about 24 points, 11 rebounds, nearly 4 assists, and a league-best 3.8 blocks, while stacking up highlights like a 50-point outing, a Christmas Day explosion, and even multiple 5x5s. For 2026, he can realistically give 26 points, 11 boards, close to 4 assists, and keep leading the league in blocks. With his health back and the Spurs building around him, he's right in the mix for MVP, All-NBA, and a huge favorite for Defensive Player of the Year. Jalen Brunson. At 6'2", the lefty guard has gone from second-round pick to the heartbeat of the Knicks. Last season, he averaged 26 points and over 7 assists while shooting almost 40% from deep. He didn't just fill up the stat sheet, he owned crunch time, winning Clutch Player of the Year with over 5 clutch points per game on elite efficiency. He earned his second straight All-Star spot, and in the playoffs, he battled Jason Tatum in a series that revived an old rivalry. Off the court, he showed loyalty and leadership, even taking less money so the Knicks could stay flexible around him. Don't be surprised if he's right in the MVP mix if the Knicks are the first seed in the East. Anthony Edwards. He's heading into the 2026 season with major expectations. After dropping over 27 points a game last year and finishing 6th in MVP voting, he's proving he can lead Minnesota's offense. He's not just a scorer, he's pulling down boards and dishing assists too, all while shooting efficiently from deep. The Timberwolves are betting everything on him, and if he keeps trending upward, he could land on the All-NBA first team. He's still only 24, but already the clear face of the franchise. With his numbers likely rising again, he can carry them deep into the playoff. They'll need him to step up even more if they want another run. Anthony Davis. After a wild season split between Los Angeles and Dallas, he's gearing up for a full campaign with the Mavericks. He averaged nearly 25 points and 12 rebounds in 51 games, and even with the injury setbacks, he made his 10th All-Star game. That midseason trade was massive, Davis for Luka, but Dallas grabbed a defensive anchor. Now fully recovered from eye surgery, he can dominate the paint, protect the rim, and still put up mid-20s scoring. He's projected to keep blocking shots at a high rate while playing alongside rising stars. If healthy, he can rack up All-NBA honors and stay in the MVP conversation, depending on Dallas's record. Dallas is a sneaky championship contender for me. Donovan Mitchell. After signing that massive extension, he's locked in as Cleveland's top guy. He helped them finish 64-18 last season, and his numbers stayed steady. 24 points a game, 5 assists, strong shooting, and solid defense. He made his 6th All-Star game and landed first-team All-NBA. Even with that late-season ankle injury, he kept dropping big numbers in the playoffs. Heading into 2026, he can keep averaging around 25 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds, while shooting near 40% from 3. As long as he's healthy, he can stay in the All-NBA mix and lead Cleveland deep again. Mitchell is still somehow underrated. Paolo. Even with that oblique injury limiting him to just 46 games, he still averaged nearly 26 points, over 7 rebounds, and close to 5 assists per night. He dropped 50 in a single game and kept up that same level in the playoffs, nearly hitting 30 a game in 5 appearances. Orlando locked him up with a massive extension through 2031, and he's now the official face of the franchise. His shooting splits could improve, but his scoring, rebounding, and playmaking make him dangerous. If healthy, he can push toward All-NBA honors and lift Orlando even further. The Magic are clearly building everything around him for the long haul, one of the true East contenders, and Paolo is their leader. Jimmy Butler. After the trade to Golden State, he became their defensive backbone and steadying veteran. In 55 games, he averaged nearly 18 points, over 5 rebounds and assists, and shot over 50% from the field. His presence gave the Warriors a top-tier defense rating boost, and he came up big in the playoffs with clutch performances. Heading into 2026, he can continue averaging around 18 points with similar all-around production. He's 36, but still efficient and impactful on both ends. I'm not expecting any All-NBA awards, but if healthy, he can earn defensive honors and lead by example. Golden State's depending on him to stabilize their roster and keep them in championship contention. Trae Young. He played 76 games last season and led the entire league in assists with nearly 12 a night. His scoring stayed strong at just over 24 per game, and he set a franchise record with 880 total assists. He had some wild games too. 30 and 20 performances, buzzer beaters, and a 22 assist night. His shooting numbers weren't amazing, but his playmaking was elite. He's still struggling with efficiency at the rim though, and that's holding him back. But Atlanta got a lot better. Young should lead the NBA in assists with a good squad around him. Kawhi Leonard. After a rocky season where he only played 37 games, Kawhi's looking at a bounce-back year if his health holds. With his knee finally expected to cooperate, he could hit the 60 to 70 game range. His scoring? Right in that 21 to 23 points range, rebounds and assists around 6 and 3. The Clippers went full retirement home with veterans like Chris Paul and Bradley Beal, so Kawhi's defensive role just got a lot heavier. He's easily their defense anchor. Offensively, he should stay efficient, hovering around 50% from the field. If he stays on the court, he could still lead both sides of the ball, like nothing's changed. Zion Williamson, he played only 30 games before a back injury cut his season short, but his numbers stayed strong. He averaged nearly 25 points, over 7 rebounds, and just above 5 assists, while shooting nearly 57% from the field. That efficiency held up even with a usage rate above 35. He's still physically dominant, but the durability issues keep coming. He got shut down at the end of March, and it raised more red flags about his long-term reliability. Despite that, he's ranked 18th heading into next season. The league still sees the upside, but it's clear teams are cautious. If he stays healthy, his offensive impact could be massive. Cade Cunningham. After a massive year where Detroit jumped by 30 wins and locked up the 6th seed, Cade's impact was undeniable. He earned his first All-Star nod, landed on the All-NBA third team, and secured a 5-year deal worth $224 million. His per-game stats were wild, over 26 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds. He even joined Oscar Robertson in the history books for his all-around production. Detroit's focused on finding him more scoring help, but he's still the engine. His numbers could tick up across the board, and if he stays healthy for 70 to 75 games, he might push for All-NBA second team and flirt with MVP consideration. The Pistons are a sneaky East contender, and to make things even better, I've teamed up with DraftKings Sportsbook, the go-to app for every basketball fan who loves being part of the action. The season's heating up, and there's no better time to jump in. Right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins, plus 3 months of NBA League Pass on us. That means you can watch every dunk, block, and buzzer beater while your bets play out live. Again, new customers bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass on us, and $300 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. Just sign up with promo code HOOPSEXPLAINED. Claim the offer. And if you love the thrill of live betting, DraftKings has you covered. Bet on player props and in-progress games as they happen. Want an even bigger payout? Try same-game parlays and stack those picks. So what are you waiting for? Download DraftKings Sportsbook, sign up using promo code HOOPSEXPLAINED, and let the games begin. The crown is yours. James Harden. He's back with the Clippers after signing a 2-year deal worth over $81 million. Last season, he averaged nearly 23 points, almost 9 assists, and around 6 rebounds, while playing 79 games. He was an all-star again and landed on the All-NBA third team. His isolation scoring led the league again. For 2026, expect similar production, 22 to 23 points, 8 to 9 assists, and that efficient 58% true shooting. His usage might dip slightly with Beal and Paul around, but he'll still be the main playmaker. If he stays healthy, he could keep posting elite stats without carrying the entire offense. Devin Booker. He just signed a 2-year extension worth $145 million, keeping him in Phoenix through 2029. He's now the Suns' all-time leading scorer and clearly the face of the franchise. After trading Kevin Durant, the team added Jalen Green and Dillon Brooks, giving Booker full control of the offense. Last season, he averaged nearly 26 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds while playing 75 games. For this season, expect a scoring bump. Booker is a dark horse to lead the NBA in scoring. Kyrie. After tearing his ACL in early March, Kyrie's aiming to return mid-season, likely around January. He only played 50 games last year, but averaged nearly 25 points with strong efficiency. Over 47% from the field, 40 from deep, and 91 at the line. Once he's back, expect him to post around 24 points with 6 assists in limited minutes, likely 20 to 25 per game. Usage will start low, maybe near 22%, and build slowly. With Anthony Davis and rookie Cooper Flagg now in Dallas, Kyrie's role shifts toward spacing, veteran presence, and secondary playmaking. Jaylen Brown. After knee surgery this offseason, he's expected to be full go for training camp. With Jason Tatum out, Brown stepping into the spotlight as Boston's top option. He just helped the Celtics win title number 18 and even grabbed Finals MVP, averaging over 20 points with strong rebounding and playmaking. During the regular season, he put up around 22 points, nearly 6 rebounds, and over 4 assists per game across 63 contests. For this season, expect 24 to 26 points, 6 to 7 rebounds, and 5 to 6 assists. His shooting should stay near 46% from the field, with improved rhythm as the season unfolds. Jalen Williams, after winning a title and signing a deal worth nearly $287 million, he's locked in as one of OKC's core stars. Last season, he averaged over 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and nearly 2 steals across 69 games. He shot nearly 49% from the field and earned his first All-Star and All-NBA selections. I'm expecting pretty much exactly the same, just with improved numbers. And I can very well see another All-Star nod for Williams this year. Pascal. He's coming off a huge Eastern Conference Finals, showing where he led Indiana in scoring and snagged the MVP. With Tyrese Halliburton out all season, he's expected to take on an even bigger role. He could average around 24 points with 8 rebounds and about 4 assists per game. His shooting could stay efficient, around 50% from the field and close to 39% from deep. He's got a real shot at another All-Star nod and possibly even All-NBA. This could be a huge personal year for Pascal. He's the clear leader now, and everything's running through him. Jaren Jackson. He just signed a massive deal with Memphis, but right after that, he had toe surgery, so his season might start late. If he returns mid-season, he could still average 23 points, with about 6 rebounds and 2 assists. His true shooting should stay near 60%. When he's healthy, he can easily give them around 30 minutes per night. The defense is where he really shines, and once he's back, they'll need him to anchor that again. He's made 3 all-defensive teams already, and he can keep building on that. Even if he plays fewer games, his impact on both ends could still shape how Memphis finishes their year. Karl Anthony Towns. After averaging over 24 points and nearly 13 rebounds last season, he's staying in that same dominant role. Now with the Knicks pushing hard for a title, he could post around 26 points and 13 boards a night. His efficiency should still hover just above 52%. He's expected to play around 70 to 75 games if his conditioning stays on track. His fadeaway adds more scoring variety, and he's shown more playmaking too, maybe hitting around 4 assists. The only real question is his defense. If he trims down and stays agile, he can improve there. Either way, New York's hopes are riding heavily on his production. Sabonis. After leading the league in rebounds and double-doubles, he's heading into the new season healthy again. He could put up around 20 points, 13 boards, and 6 assists a night while playing over 32 minutes. His shooting should stay close to 59%, which keeps him among the most efficient bigs in the league. As long as his ankle and hamstring stay strong, he's still a constant defense presence, though not flashy. His offensive role remains massive, and his usage should stay around 27%. Sabonis is steady, productive, and clearly still Sacramento's most reliable front-court piece by far. De'Aaron Fox. He's locked into a 4-year deal with the Spurs and is expected to return fully healthy after finger surgery. Once back, he can lead the team with around 25 points and 7 assists a game. His field goal percentage should stay between 45 and 47%, though his 3-point shooting likely stays in the low 30s. If healthy, he could play close to a full season. He's the main engine in San Antonio's backcourt, and his chemistry with Wembanyama could shape the team's entire season. His rebounding could stay near 5 per game. With Fox running the show, the Spurs' long-term plan finally has a real shot at traction. Evan Mobley. After winning Defensive Player of the Year and making All-NBA, he's locked into a major role in Cleveland. He could average around 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists while playing 33 minutes a night. His shooting might stay near 58%, and he can block close to 2 shots per game. The Cavaliers bumped his salary after that Defensive Player of the Year win, raising his contract total by over $45 million. He's now taking up 30% of the team's salary cap, so they'll need to build smart around him. He's still untouchable in trade talks and remains the core of their defense and long-term strategy heading into 2026. Chet Holmgren. He just signed a 5-year deal worth up to $250 million and could be one of the league's top defenders this season. He averaged over 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks in limited action last year, then stepped up big in the playoffs. If he stays healthy, he could play around 75 games and post close to 18 points, 9 boards, and over 2 blocks a night. His shooting should hover near 50% from the field and 38% from deep. He's central to Oklahoma City's defense and their title defense. With more responsibility, he can push for Defensive Player of the Year and anchor their entire front court. Darius Garland. He's recovering from toe surgery and likely won't be ready for opening night, but once he's back, he can still put up around 22 points and 7 assists a game. Last season, he shot over 47% from the field, 40% from 3, and nearly 87% at the line. Crazy efficient for a lead guard. He's expected to return as Cleveland's main playmaker and floor general. If the toe holds up, he could play around 60 games or more. The Cavaliers lean heavily on his offense, so once he's back, expect their pace and spacing to improve fast. His return timing could shape their entire season. Jamal Murray. He's locked into a 4-year deal and coming off a season where he averaged over 21 points, 6 assists, and nearly 4 rebounds. His shooting stayed efficient at 47% from the field and almost 40% from deep. If he stays healthy, he could put up close to 23 points and 6.5 assists a night. Denver added more shooting around him, which could help boost his playmaking. He's the clear leader next to Nikola Jokic and can finally push for his first All-Star nod. He's not flashy every night, but his steady offense and clutch play still drive Denver's success. Morant. He averaged over 23 points and 7 assists last season, but played just 50 games after a serious hip injury in the playoff. Heading into this season, his availability is still unclear. Once healthy, he can put up around 24 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds per game. His shooting efficiency could stay near 56% true shooting. He's expected to ease back in with limited minutes, possibly starting in the mid-20s and ramping up to 30. Memphis relies heavily on his speed and shot creation, so even with a slower return, he remains their top offensive option. Dunk attempts might decrease, but his impact won't. Zubac. After playing 80 games last season and grabbing over 12 rebounds per night, he's expected to keep dominating the glass. He scored nearly 17 points per game on over 62% shooting and even recorded his first triple-double. This year, he can average around 18 points, 13 rebounds, and close to 3 assists a night. He'll likely block around 1 shot per game and stay hyper-efficient. With the Clippers being 13 points better when he's on the floor, his role is locked in. He's their interior anchor and easily one of the most underrated bigs in the league. If he stays healthy, his impact could be even greater this time around. Sengun. After an all-star season where he averaged 19 points, 10 rebounds, and nearly 5 assists, he's stepping into the season with a new contract and bigger expectations. He could put up 21 points, 11 boards, and 6 assists a night while playing over 32 minutes. His shooting efficiency might rise back above 52% if spacing improves. Even with stars added, he remains their offensive hub in the post and a real All-NBA candidate if his scoring stays steady. Laurie. After a down year where he played just 47 games, he's coming into the new season looking to bounce back. He could average around 24 points and 8 rebounds if he returns to form. His shooting might climb back to 45% from the field and 35% from deep. Utah's still rebuilding, but he's locked in long-term and should remain the primary scoring option unless traded. He's looked dominant in Eurobasket play, dropping over 40 points in multiple games, which shows his rhythm is back. If healthy, he could keep producing like the All-Star version fans saw in Utah before. Tyrese Maxey. After averaging over 26 points and 6 assists last season, he's fully recovered from the finger injury that ended his year. He said he's been ready for months, so he's expected to start strong. He could put up around 28 points and 7 assists per game, especially with Joel Embiid and Paul George still managing injuries. His minutes could stay near 38, and his usage might even climb. Shooting splits may dip slightly under heavy pressure, but he can still score efficiently with a true shooting percentage near 56. He's clearly the offensive leader now, and with full health, Maxey could elevate into All-NBA territory this season. Amen Thompson. After making All-Defensive First Team and showing out in the playoffs, he's set for a major leap. He averaged over 14 points, 8 rebounds, and nearly 4 assists on 56% shooting last season. This year, he could push those numbers up to around 17 points, 9 boards, and 4.5 assists per game. He's one of Houston's best two-way players and still improving fast. With Kevin Durant in the mix and Fred VanVleet still running the offense, Thompson's usage might stay balanced, but his impact will grow. Expect him to be in the Defensive Player of the Year race. Aaron Gordon. After averaging nearly 15 points with career best shooting numbers, he's set to build on that momentum. He could score around 17 points a night, while pulling in about 6 rebounds and dishing out 4 assists. His true shooting percentage might settle near 63, which still ranks among the league's most efficient. He's locked into a 4-year deal and remains a perfect fit alongside Nikola Jokic. He spaces the floor, defends multiple positions, and brings veteran stability. He's not flashy, but his two-way value keeps Denver balanced and dangerous. Desmond Bane. Now with Orlando, he's stepping into a bigger role after being traded for 5 picks and 2 rotation players. Last season, he averaged over 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, while shooting nearly 50% from the field. In Orlando, he can easily bump that up to 22 points per game, with around 6 rebounds and 5.5 assists. He could hit nearly 3 threes a night and keep his field goal percentage close to 50. The Magic were last in 3-point percentage, so he's a massive upgrade. If he plays about 75 games, Bane could be their most efficient scorer and even sneak into all-star talks. Scotty Barnes. He's heading into the new season with momentum and a monster contract extension to match. He's healthy, locked in as the starting small forward, and looks ready to lead. His scoring could hit somewhere around 20 to 22 points, with 8 to 9 rebounds and 6 to 7 assists. I think that his usage could tick up just enough to keep him in control without overdoing it. His shooting, probably creeping up a little too, especially if he picks better spots. His defense stays sharp, and he's clearly one of Toronto's biggest foundational pieces. If the team improves, he could even slide into the all-star conversation. He's not flashy, just productive. LaMelo Ball. He's coming off wrist and ankle procedures, but should be ready for around 60 to 70 games if recovery stays on track. Before going down, he averaged over 25 points, nearly 8 assists, and around 5 boards per game, with just above 40% shooting. Charlotte added a young point guard this offseason, hinting at a more even backcourt. That shift could actually help his efficiency and lower turnover. Even with that, he stays the offensive engine. The Hornets looked lost without him, and the numbers proved it. He's still on a 5-year deal with no option, so the team's got leverage if things change. But for now, he's absolutely still their guy. Jalen Johnson. He's locked into a 5-year deal and just put together the most complete season of his career. He averaged nearly 19 points, 10 boards, and 5 assists across 36 games, while shooting 50% from the floor. That kind of production in under 40 games makes his next leap even more interesting. He can hit 20 to 22 points, with steady rebounding around 10 or 11. His playmaking could stay strong, somewhere between 5 and 6 assists a night. His shooting looks ready to climb too, especially with better spacing. Atlanta's leaning into him, and he's got the role to match. He could quietly sneak into all-star talks if things break. Right, I expect him to win Most Improved Player. Tyler Hero. He just put up nearly 24 points, over 5 boards, and 5.5 assists across 77 games. And now he's running the show at point guard. He earned his first All-Star nod and took home the 3-point contest title too. This season, he can stay in that 25-point range while keeping those assist and rebound numbers right where they've been. His efficiency might hold around 47%, even with more touches. Miami's leaned all the way in, handing him the keys. Contract talks could heat up, but on the court, he's set up to produce again. And yes, the spotlight's sticking with him. Trey Murphy. Before his shoulder injury, he was torching defenses with over 21 points, 5 boards, and 3.5 assists per game on nearly 60% true shooting. He only played 53 games but started 51 of them, showing just how central he'd become. Coming off surgery, he can still hit that 25-point range if the shot returns clean. His rebounding and playmaking should stay steady, and he's still one of the best floor spacers in the league. His deal keeps him locked in for the long haul, and New Orleans clearly sees him as a core weapon. If the shoulder holds, he'll keep making noise. Julius Randle. After locking in a 3-year deal with Minnesota, he's staying put as a core piece next to Anthony Edwards. He averaged almost 19 points, just over 7 rebounds, and nearly 5 assists last season. That production didn't fade in the playoffs either. He jumped to over 21 points with efficient shooting and better spacing. This year, he can stay close to that 20-point range while continuing to move the ball and crash the glass. His shooting from deep might hover around 35%, giving the Wolves more flexibility on offense. He's durable too, playing 69 games last year. Expect a similar workload with a consistent, steady impact. Derek White. He just signed a 4-year deal and now steps into a bigger spotlight with Tatum recovering and key names gone. He averaged over 16 points, nearly 5 assists, and 4.5 boards last season, while knocking down almost 40% from deep. In the playoffs, he pushed that scoring to nearly 19 a night. For this season, he can hit that 18 to 20 point range, keep the assists steady around 5, and shoot efficiently again. He's likely to log 34 to 36 minutes and carry more offensive weight. Boston's going to need him in every area, and he's already shown he's got the game to do it. Zach LaVine. After landing in Sacramento, he averaged over 22 points while shooting a blistering 44% from deep. His overall season numbers were even better, over 23 points, 4 boards, and 4 assists on 51% from the field. That kind of efficiency on high volume scoring puts him in elite company. This year, he can stay right in that 25-point range with steady playmaking and rebounding. His 3-point percentage could hover around 44% again, especially in a catch-and-shoot role. With trade talk heating up and a massive salary on deck, his production might stay elite while the noise builds around him. If you enjoyed this, I'm going to be posting a lot here. I would greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.